Hey everyone, and welcome. You know that dreaded question that pops up every single weeknight, what's for dinner? It can feel like the hardest puzzle in the world, right? Well, today we're gonna solve it. I've got two absolutely killer sandwich recipes that are not just bursting with flavor, but you can have them on the table in, yes, 15 minutes or less. You ready? Let's jump right in. So here's what's on the menu. First, we'll talk about how to make sandwich night a real game changer. Then we're diving straight into the good stuff, that viral Big Mac taco you've seen everywhere, and then a true classic, the Philly cheesesteak. After that, I'll share a few of my top chef secrets, and then dinner is served. Let's get cooking. You know, we've all been there. You're tired, you're hungry, you open the fridge and just nothing. It's so easy to get stuck in a dinner rut. But I'm here to tell you that a fast meal does not have to be a boring one. And these two sandwiches, they are absolute proof that you can have something fun, exciting, and seriously impressive on the table in no time at all. Just think about that for a second. What if you could have a dinner that's genuinely delicious, something the whole family gets excited about, and it's all done in less time than it takes to watch a sitcom? That's the dream, right? Well, these next two recipes are going to make that your new reality. Okay, first up, we've got a recipe that absolutely blew up the internet, and for a very good reason. The Big Mac taco. It's got all that iconic burger flavor we love, but it's faster, it's crispier, and honestly, I think it's even better. And with any great burger, you know the magic really starts in one place, the sauce. So, this secret sauce is the heart and soul of the taco, and it's so easy to whip up. You're just gonna grab a bowl and mix together 1 cup of mayo, about 3 tablespoons of ketchup, and 2 of mustard. For that classic sweet tang, you need 4 tablespoons of finely chopped sweet relish. Now, quick tip. If you don't have sweet relish, no problem. Just chop up some pickles really fine and add a teaspoon of sugar. Next, you'll stir in 2 tablespoons of finely chopped white onion, a teaspoon of vinegar, and here are the flavor boosters. 1½ teaspoons of smoked paprika and a teaspoon each of garlic and onion powder. Finish it with a little white pepper and a clove of minced garlic. Whisk it all together and boom, you have an incredible burger sauce. All right, let's build this thing. Now, you want to use 80-20 ground beef for this. That 20% fat is non-negotiable. It's what makes the meat juicy and gives you all that amazing flavor. Gently, and I mean gently, form about 1/4 cup of it into a ball. Don't pack it, just place it on a small tortilla. Then, using your fingers, press that meat out into a super thin, even layer that goes all the way to the edges. Getting it as thin as you can is the absolute key. That's what's going to give you that amazing crispy crust. Hit it with a generous amount of salt and pepper, and it's ready for the heat. And this, my friends, is the part that will blow your mind. From the second this taco hits the pan to the moment it's ready to devour is about 4 minutes. That's not a typo. 4 minutes. That is faster than you can even decide what you want to order for takeout. It's a weeknight miracle. Okay, lean in for this one, because this is probably the most important tip for this entire recipe. Your pan needs to be screaming hot before that taco gets anywhere near it. If the pan's too cold, the meat just steams and turns gray. We don't want that. We want a sear. That beautiful, crispy, caramelized crust is the flavor. So get that pan hot. Okay, it's go time. Get a little oil in that hot pan and lay the taco in, meat side down. You should hear a really loud, aggressive sizzle right away. That's the sound of success. Let it cook for 3 to 4 minutes. Don't touch it. When you flip it over, the meat will be perfectly browned and cooked through. Immediately, and I mean immediately, drape a slice of cheddar over the top so it gets all melty and gooey from the heat. The tortilla underneath only needs about a minute to get golden and toasty. Then just slide it out, top it with some shredded lettuce, a little more of that finely diced onion, and be very, very generous with that amazing sauce. It is, in a word, perfection. All right, let's switch gears. We're going from a trendy new classic to a true, timeless icon, the Philly cheesesteak. Now, people love to argue about what makes a cheesesteak authentic, but I'm going to show you my foolproof, simple method for getting that soulful, steakhouse quality flavor right in your own kitchen. Before we even get to the ingredients, here is my #1 can't skip it secret weapon. Take your ribeye steak and pop it in the freezer for about 30 minutes. That's it. This firms it up just enough so you can get those beautiful paper-thin slices with a sharp knife. Seriously, this step is not optional. It's the only way to get that delicate, tender, melt-in-your-mouth texture that makes a great cheesesteak great. The ingredient list here is so simple, which means quality is everything. You need that thinly sliced ribeye, and whatever you do, don't trim off the fat. That's pure flavor right there. For our veggies, we'll use a sweet white onion and a green bell pepper. A little minced garlic, maybe some hot peppers if you like a kick, and then the cheese. Provolone is the classic choice. It gives you that perfect savory stretch. But honestly, use whatever cheese makes you happy. Building flavor for a cheesesteak starts with the veggies, specifically the onions. We're not just going to saute these, we are going to caramelize them. And the key to that is low heat and patience. Let them go low and slow. If you see them starting to burn instead of brown, just add a little splash of water to cool the pan down. This coaxes out all their natural sugars. Once they're about 3/4 of the way there, toss in your garlic and peppers and cook them just until they're soft. Then take everything out of the pan and set it aside for a minute. Now for the star of the show, the steak. In that same pan, crank the heat way up, high. Add a bit of butter and oil, and once it's shimmering, lay in your steak in a single layer. Don't crowd that pan. Work in batches if you have to. Because the slices are so thin, this is going to cook incredibly fast. We're talking 3, maybe 4 minutes max. Just move it around until it's cooked through and you've got some nice crispy edges. Season it well, then toss those cooked veggies right back into the pan and give it all a good mix. And now for my favorite part, the grand finale. Pile all that beautiful steak and veggie mixture together in the pan and just lay your provolone slices right on top. Then put a lid on the pan for just a minute. That traps the steam and the cheese just melts down into every single nook and cranny. You get this unbelievable, gooey, savory blanket of deliciousness. It's just, oh, it's so good. So there you have it. 2 amazing but very different sandwiches. Let's just quickly break down the core techniques into a couple of simple rules that are going to make all of your cooking, not just sandwiches, so much better. Let's just compare these two for a sec. For the taco, our technique was press it flat. We wanted to maximize that surface area to get a huge, crispy crust, and we used medium-high heat. For the cheesesteak, the technique was keep it moving. We used super high heat to get a really quick sear on those thin slices to keep the steak incredibly tender. See? 2 different approaches, 2 different types of fat, 2 different heat levels, both lead to a perfect, delicious result. Understanding the why behind what you're doing is what turns you into a great cook. So if you take anything away today, please let it be these 3 golden rules. Rule number 1, a hot pan is your absolute best friend. It creates browning, and browning equals flavor. Rule number 2, thin is in. Whether you're pressing ground beef flat or slicing steak paper thin, it just cooks faster and better. And rule number 3, for the love of all that is good, toast your bread. It adds texture and it creates a barrier that stops your sandwich from getting soggy. And just like that, dinner is served. I mean, look at what we've just made in a handful of minutes. 2 incredible sandwiches just loaded with flavor, with texture, with pure comfort. These aren't just recipes, you guys. These are solutions. These are your new secret weapons for those busy weeknights. Here's the big takeaway. You do not have to choose between a meal that's fast and a meal that's fantastic. You really can have both. With the right techniques and a little know-how, this is proof that you can have restaurant-quality food at home any night of the week. Zero stress. So I leave you with a very delicious decision to make. Which one is going to be your new go-to? Are you on Team Taco with that crispy, saucy, trendy vibe? Or are you on Team Cheesesteak with its classic, gooey, savory perfection? Whichever one you choose, your weeknights are about to get a whole lot more delicious. Enjoy!